Nina grew up in Maplewood, a quiet town where everyone knew each other's names but not necessarily their dreams. Her family ran a humble bakery on Main Street, filling the air with the sweet aroma of freshly baked goods every morning. Life was simple, predictable, and sometimes suffocating. At 17, Nina dreamed of escaping her small-town existence, not because she disliked it, but because she yearned for something bigger, something more. Her passion lay in fashion design, sketching outfits during class and imagining herself creating collections that would inspire others. But reality often felt like an anchor dragging her down. College tuition was out of reach, and opportunities seemed as distant as the stars above. That all changed one fateful afternoon when Nina decided to post a video online. It began as a harmless experiment, her trying on thrift store clothes while giving styling tips, but within hours, it went viral. Overnight, the shy teenager became an internet sensation, catapulted into a world she barely understood. Alex Carter, a tech billionaire twice her age who saw potential in Nina beyond her growing fanbase. He proposed an unconventional arrangement, marry him, and he'd fund her education and career aspirations. To many, it sounded like a fairy tale come true. To Nina, it felt like her only chance at breaking free from the limitations of her life. But what happens when dreams collide with reality? When love, ambition, and societal expectations blur into a tangled web. As Nina steps into this glittering new world, she discovers that happiness isn't as straightforward as it seems, and that finding oneself often requires confronting the very choices that define us. This is the story of Nina, a girl caught between two worlds, the one she left behind and the one she chose to enter. It's about love, identity, sacrifice, and the courage to chase your dreams, even when they lead you down unexpected paths. Nina was just an ordinary 17-year-old girl living in a small town. She had dreams of becoming a fashion designer, but her family couldn't afford to send her to college. Her days were filled with school, helping her mom at their tiny bakery, and scrolling through social media. One day, she decided to post a video of herself trying on some thrift store clothes and giving styling tips. To her surprise, the video went viral overnight. People loved Nina's unique style and bubbly personality. Within weeks, her follower count skyrocketed from a few hundred to over 1 million. Brands started reaching out to her for collaborations, sending her free clothes and accessories. For the first time in her life, Nina felt like she belonged somewhere, on the internet, where everyone admired her. Her newfound fame brought opportunities she never imagined. A famous tech billionaire named Alex noticed her posts and reached out personally. He complimented her creativity and offered to sponsor her education if she moved to the city. But there was a catch: he wanted her to marry him. At first, Nina laughed it off, thinking it was a joke. However, Alex explained that he needed someone young and vibrant by his side to improve his public image. He promised her everything she ever dreamed of: money, fame, and even support for her dream career. Nina didn't know what to think when Alex proposed marriage. It seemed too good to be true. On one hand, she could leave her struggling life behind and pursue her passion for design. On the other hand, marrying someone she barely knew felt wrong. Still, the more she thought about it, the more appealing the idea became. Her family struggled financially, and this was her chance to make things better for them. Alex flew her to the city for a weekend getaway to get to know each other. During those 2 days, he showered her with gifts, took her to fancy restaurants, and showed her around his luxurious mansion. By the end of the trip, Nina found herself saying yes. They announced their engagement online, and the world went wild. Fans flooded her page with congratulatory messages, calling her the ultimate Cinderella story. But deep down, Nina wondered if she'd made the right choice. When they returned home, preparations began immediately. Dresses, the venues, the guest lists, it all happened so fast that Nina barely had time to process anything. Everyone told her how lucky she was, but every night, lying awake in bed, she questioned whether she truly believed it herself. The wedding day arrived in a whirlwind of excitement and chaos. Cameras flashed as Nina walked down the aisle in a stunning white gown, her face glowing under layers of makeup. The ceremony was broadcast live on social media, watched by millions worldwide. People cheered as Alex slipped the ring onto her finger, declaring his love in front of cameras. Yet, as Nina said, "I do," something inside her felt hollow. After the ceremony, the couple attended a lavish reception. Guests mingled while photographers captured every moment. Nina smiled for countless photos, posing perfectly for her followers. Inside, though, she felt overwhelmed. This wasn't the kind of life she imagined for herself. She missed the simplicity of her old routine, the smell of fresh bread in the bakery, late-night chats with her best friend, and quiet moments alone. That evening, as they cut the cake together, Alex leaned in and whispered, "You're doing great." His words should have reassured her, but instead, they only made her feel smaller. Was this really who she was now? A trophy wife. Life changed drastically after the honeymoon. Nina moved into Alex's massive penthouse apartment overlooking the city skyline. Everything sparkled, marble floors, gold accents, crystal chandeliers, but none of it felt warm or inviting. Alex worked long hours, leaving her alone most of the time. Without school or work to occupy her days, Nina spent much of her time browsing social media or exploring the city. At first, people adored seeing updates from the newlyweds. Photos of glamorous outfits, exotic vacations, and gourmet meals earned thousands of likes. But soon, comments turned critical. Some fans accused her of being fake, others claimed she married Alex solely for money. These harsh words stung, especially since part of her wondered if they were right. One afternoon, while flipping through magazines, Nina stumbled upon an article about successful female entrepreneurs. Their stories inspired her, reminding her of her own dream to become a fashion designer. Maybe this new life came with opportunities she hadn't considered yet. If Alex supported her, maybe she could still chase her goals. Living with Alex wasn't easy. While he treated her kindly, he also expected perfection. Every outfit she wore, every photo she posted, had to meet certain standards. When she accidentally posted a selfie without makeup, fans criticized her harshly, claiming she looked tired and ungrateful. Alex reprimanded her gently, explaining that maintaining appearances mattered in their world. Meanwhile, Nina struggled to adjust to her new role. She missed her family and friends back home, who rarely called because they assumed she was too busy. Even simple tasks like cooking dinner felt foreign in the high-tech kitchen. One evening, she tried baking cookies from scratch, only to burn them horribly. Laughing nervously, she realized how far removed she was from her roots. Despite these challenges, Nina remained determined. She signed up for online courses in fashion design, secretly dreaming of starting her own line someday. Though Alex approved, he warned her not to let her studies interfere with her responsibilities as his wife. Balancing both roles proved harder than expected. As months passed, the pressure mounted. Fans scrutinized every detail of Nina's life, analyzing her outfits, hairstyles, and even facial expressions. A single misstep could spark outrage. Once, during a charity event, she accidentally referred to another brand instead of Alex's company. Overnight, trolls attacked her online, calling her unprofessional and greedy. Alex helped her navigate the backlash, teaching her strategies to handle criticism professionally. Still, the constant judgment wore her down. Sometimes, she wished she could disappear from the spotlight altogether. Late at night, she confided in Alex, admitting her fears. Surprisingly, he listened patiently, offering advice based on his own experiences. Through it all, Nina learned resilience. Instead of hiding, she embraced transparency, sharing personal anecdotes and behind-the-scenes glimpses of her life. Fans appreciated her honesty, slowly shifting their perception of her from a shallow socialite to a relatable human being. Encouraged by Alex, Nina threw herself into her fashion studies. She sketched designs late into the night, experimenting with colors and textures. Occasionally, Alex joined her, offering feedback and encouragement. Together, they brainstormed ideas for her future collection, blending his business acumen with her artistic vision. This collaboration strengthened their bond. Slowly, Nina began seeing Alex not just as her husband but as a partner in her journey. He introduced her to influential figures in the fashion industry, opening doors she never thought possible. With his backing, she launched a small capsule collection featuring sustainable materials, a decision that resonated deeply with her values. However, the success brought its own set of challenges. Competitors accused her of using Alex's wealth to gain unfair advantages. Critics dismissed her work as amateurish compared to seasoned designers. Rather than crumbling under the weight of negativity, Nina used it as fuel. Each critique pushed her to refine her craft further. After nearly a year away, Nina finally visited her hometown. Walking into the bakery, she hugged her mom tightly, tears streaming down her face. Her siblings bombarded her with questions about city life, wide-eyed with wonder. Though proud of her achievements, her parents expressed concern about her happiness. During dinner, Nina shared stories of her struggles and triumphs. She admitted that balancing marriage and career wasn't easy but emphasized her determination to succeed. Her family listened intently, offering unconditional support. That night, surrounded by familiar faces, she felt more grounded than ever. Before leaving, Nina donated funds to renovate the bakery, fulfilling a promise she made to herself long ago. Seeing her family thrive gave her immense satisfaction. It reminded her why she chose this path, to create a better life for everyone she loved. Back in the city, reality hit hard. Despite her growing confidence, doubts lingered. Was she truly happy? Did she love Alex, or did she simply admire him? These questions haunted her, especially during quiet moments alone. One evening, after a particularly grueling photo shoot, Nina broke down in tears. Alex found her crying in the bathroom, holding a sketchbook full of unfinished designs. Holding her close, he asked what was wrong. For the first time, she opened up completely, confessing her fears and insecurities. To her relief, Alex didn't judge her. Instead, he encouraged her to explore her feelings, promising to stand by her no matter what. His empathy surprised her, deepening her respect for him. That conversation marked a turning point in their relationship. With renewed clarity, Nina refocused on her dreams. She expanded her fashion line, collaborating with local artisans to promote sustainability. Her efforts earned praise from critics and consumers alike, proving her talent extended beyond her connection to Alex. Simultaneously, she worked on strengthening her marriage. Spending quality time together became a priority, whether it was cooking dinner together or taking short trips away from the city. Through open communication, they built a partnership rooted in trust and understanding. Fans noticed the positive changes, celebrating Nina's growth as both a person and a professional. Her story inspired others to pursue their passions despite obstacles. As she stood backstage at her first major fashion show, watching models strut down the runway in her creations, Nina felt a sense of fulfillment she'd never known before. Success didn't come without setbacks. A rival designer accused Nina of plagiarism, sparking a legal battle that dragged on for months. The stress affected her health, causing sleepless nights and anxiety attacks. Alex stood by her side throughout, hiring top lawyers to defend her case. Meanwhile, rumors spread online about their marriage, alleging infidelity and financial disputes. Though false, the allegations hurt both personally and professionally. Determined to clear their names, Nina and Alex held a joint press conference, addressing the accusations head-on. Their honesty won back public trust, reinforcing their commitment to each other. Through these trials, Nina discovered inner strength she never knew she possessed. She learned to rely on her instincts and surround herself with supportive people. Balancing work, relationships, and self-care became Nina's greatest challenge. She implemented routines to prioritize her mental well-being, including meditation, journaling, and regular exercise. These practices kept her grounded amid chaos. She also delegated tasks effectively, trusting her team to manage day-to-day operations. This freed up time for creative pursuits and personal interests. Gradually, she carved out a life that honored her values and aspirations. Seeing her progress, Alex expressed pride in her accomplishments. Their marriage evolved into a partnership built on mutual respect and admiration. Together, they faced challenges with courage and grace. Looking back, Nina marveled at how far she'd come. From a shy teenager posting videos online to a confident entrepreneur running her own business, her journey taught her valuable lessons about perseverance, authenticity, and resilience. She realized that happiness stemmed not from external validation but from staying true to oneself. Money and fame paled in comparison to meaningful connections and purposeful work. Sharing these insights with her audience fostered deeper connections with fans, creating a community united by shared values. With her foundation secure, Nina planned ambitious projects for the future. She aimed to expand her brand globally, collaborate with international designers, and launch initiatives promoting women's empowerment. Her vision extended beyond fashion, encompassing education and social impact. Alex supported her endeavors wholeheartedly, recognizing her potential as a leader. Together, they envisioned a legacy that will inspire generations to come. As Nina celebrated her second wedding anniversary, she reflected on her transformation. Marriage, once a means to escape hardship, became a source of strength and joy. Love, money, and ambition intertwined in unexpected ways, shaping her into the woman she was today. Though challenges remained, she approached them with optimism and determination. Life, as she understood, was a continuous journey of learning and growing. And as long as she stayed true to herself, she knew she'd find happiness along the way. Nina's marriage begins as a transactional arrangement but evolves into something deeper through mutual understanding and effort. This highlights the importance of building relationships based on trust, respect, and shared goals rather than convenience or external pressures. Love isn't just about grand gestures, it's about supporting each other's growth and being honest about expectations.